Hello, YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Surviving the Aftermath. So yes, just announced at PDX-Con, Surviving the Aftermath is the next game by Haemimont Studios. They are the ones behind Surviving Mars. They're turning this whole surviving thing into a full franchise. The idea, as if you have not discerned it already, is this is our world, Earth. Man, we done effed it up real bad. So this is basically you and a gaggle of people trying to make their way in this post-apocalyptic world and try to eke out a living. Honestly, you might say, oh, post-apocalyptic, it's like Fallout, right? No, it doesn't have any vibes from Fallout. It has vibes from Banished. The very first game I ever covered on my channel. I dove into this, and thank you, by the way, to Paradox Interactive for the press key and the early access to this. Speaking of early access, this is an early access. The game itself, the full version, will not be releasing until late 2020. But what they have so far is looking pretty good. And you know what? Enough of my yapping. Let's dive right in. No, I've gone through the tutorial. I will be your tutorial. So the way they do difficulty curve is you can set the difficulty level for each of these different parameters. So the how bad's the environment, how bad catastrophes are and whatnot. Just for the purpose of this, just because again the game's still young, I'm still inexperienced with this. I'm just going to go middle of the road for all of these. How contaminated everything is, how much starting resources you have, how many starting people you have, how many challenges you've got, and it also sounds like this gatekeeper is sort of like the storyteller from like RimWorld. So these would be how tough our gatekeeper is. All right, what should we do for a flag here? Now I was looking around at a couple of these, and one of them kind of struck me as kind of funny. This snake here, it looks like somebody stepped on his tail. He's like the "Don't tread on me" snake, but somebody ignored his message and tread on him anyway. It's like, ah, who stepped on my tail? So I think this should be our thing, just for the funsies of it. And of course, for our colony name, Egopolis? No. Ficklewood. And you guys actually let me use the word Ficklewood, unlike a certain Anno 1800 that gave me gruff for that. Colony motto. Well, I did throw up a Twitter poll for which of my previous Surviving Mars mantras that you guys liked the most. That was actually a stealth poll for the colony motto. And you guys voted, I believe, the motto is the second one that you guys chose, which is surprising. But hey, that at 44%, redundancy is safety. There we go. All right, so let's dive right in. Okay, so here we are in our little randomly generated world. I'm sure there'll be parameters later on as the game develops that let you set some of the parameters here, but every time I've loaded into these test games, the terrain's been randomly generated. So we've got ourselves 10 total people, 7 of whom can actually do things, and 3 children. Now, we need to, organize ourselves. Now, one thing I for a lark, I was going to start things off with the crossroads, because, I mean, that was the very first named build that I did back in Banished, where you start your city off with a crossroads. It just so happens that these default buildings they spawn you are set up in a way, are set up in a way that allows crossroads. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or if that was intentional, but darn it, we got ourselves some crossroads. And it don't cost nothing to lay down dirt roads. It's just a little manpower to get those set up, but they allow your colonists to run faster. So it just makes everything a little bit more efficient. One other thing, and here, not even getting into the game, I'm already giving you a pro tip. I've noticed that when people pick up and drop off resources from buildings, they do so in the lower right corner. So our stockpile actually becomes a lot more efficient if we build a new one and scooch it over to here. And stockpiles are free, so don't cost nothing to do that. So I'm gonna set them all to do their thing. Right now, all of our villagers are, or at least those that can work anyway, are able to work on stuff. So they're doing the roads, they're setting up the new stockpile. Then we can clear off the old stockpile, get that going. Takes 2 seconds, and again, no resources. So why not do a little bit extra work in the beginning and save yourself a lot of time? There we go. Okay, now we can salvage this. And now this, one of the things, and this is an interesting mechanic, is that the stockpiles actually have a sort of a way to gather things themselves. So granted, people need to do the actual gathering, but you can use them to set certain areas to stockpile. Now you can see these little objects here are kind of highlighted in yellow. These are the things that people working in the stockpile can gather. So we can move the work area and say, I'd like you guys to, can we get that without, can we get all those? Just so I'm being lazy here? No? Yes? No? Maybe? Yes? No? No? No. Alright, well, fine. No, not fine. That's obnoxious. There's no way to get both of these, is there? Nope. Oh well. Because I want a mixture of both. Oh, here we go. Mixture of both concrete and planks. So we'll gather here. I mean, we can go up here and get and piecemeal these. It's not like you can only have one gathering circle. Same goes for our food storage area, being able to gather berries and whatnot. So we got berry bushes over here. I think we'll clear these berry bushes out first, just to make room for our growing colony as well. Waste not, want not, and what have you. Now, next order of business is our houses. We need houses. So we got two different flavors of houses. We got emergency shelter here, and we've got tents. Emergency shelter holds 6. Tents hold 2. Now the emergency shelter says that it does not, people don't like to reproduce in emergency shelters. So, but they don't have that message in the tents. So, hey, you know, a little extra room, a little more privacy. I can see where they're coming from. So we want a mixture of both. Let's get the emergency shelter down here. So that's 6 people. And then let's do, like, say down here, uno and dos tent. Yeah, 2 tents. Nope, not like that. Cancel construction. What is the Sam heck is that? That's impeding my build. Objects underneath are blocking. What in the world is that? And can we demolish it? Because that's kind of obnoxious. I'm going to put a road tile there just to see if that'll make them clear it out, whatever it is. Yeah, there it goes. Alright. Remove the road tile. Let's get our tent. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, that was kind of weird. But again, super early access. That might be a little bug. That's okay. All right, well, we got the first tent up already. That's good. People are salvaging. Good, 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 good. Yeah, this is a good area so far. Not much else that we want to really take care of on the first day other than getting people in shelters. Obviously, there are going to be some repercussions if we end the day with people not having any homes. They'll be sleeping outdoors in post-apocalyptic or probably nuclear rain. Speaking of nuclear, you can see these little patches of nuclear waste, or maybe not so little patches, dotted around the place. So yeah, this isn't just a climate change fallout. This is there's nuclear waste around here. So we're gonna have to deal with that as well and the hazards therein. All right, emergency shelter get. Excellent. Oh, water reserves, of course. That's the other thing I need to build, a water well. And I like it right here because that way people can access it more easily. We've got some water in our truck. This is where all of our baseline supplies are. But that water will not last forever. But with a little bit of extra concrete here, we should be able to get this up and running before the end of the day as well. Because we got our tent. So all housing is taken care of. Now, one thing actually, maybe I need to get a hunter, because this wild boar is kind of, might occasionally attack colonists. We may want to get a hunter's lodge out there, which, I mean, would be keeping in with our Crossroads build, because that had a hunter's lodge in it. I don't actually know how effective the hunter's lodges are. One thing I think I will do is run a road out to here. Because these bigger piles, that plastic trash and this metal trash, we're going to be tapping into those fairly soon. There, perfect. All right, yeah, the berry bushes don't last too long, but they'll give us some initial food to take hold of here. All right, water well is good, and now we've got water flowing. Excellent. So we were completely out of water there for a moment, but that's okay. We've got some storage, and the truck can hold it. I guess they're storing it in the gas tank. See how they put down and pick up stuff in that corner? Having that right in the crossroads is a lot more efficient. You know what? Let's go for the hunter, the trapper here. Actually, we're gonna need some more plastic because so we got all these different things. We got planks, we got concrete, we got plastic, metal, fibers, parts, components, electronics, fun boxes, tools, and clothing. So actually, yeah, let's at least plan out the gathering for some of the more advanced stuff. We could also put down a water tower, but I don't think we need that just yet. All right, let's start with a recycler. And yeah, we'll put them along this road here. And actually, let's get the scrapper as well. Put that along up here. The scrapper is what gets metal. Recycler is taps into plastic. They won't finish this before the end of the day, but that's okay. They can get started on it. And then everyone can just have a bit of a snooze. All right. Yeah, right. They depleted the concrete, but they're about to deplete the planks here, but I'll wait for them to actually deplete it before I move this thing over. And then how are we on our berries? Oh, we actually did deplete all the berries here. So let's move you over a smidge a meter. Yeah, nice and close to home. Okay, wow, they actually finished the recycler. Well, they probably won't be doing any recycling. Can I get both? Nope, that's okay. one pile at a time. It don't cost nothing to move it. And they got that road built out to them, so they can get to it there and back faster. Now, we can assign 2 people here. You need at least 1 to actually do anything, but you can have up to 2. But I still want some of our people as sort of free-floating carriers, as they call them. They're the ones that are going to go out and actually perform the duties of, well, bringing stuff, just the regular haulers, but also the people that go and harvest the stuff from out here, from the, sort of the general work areas. All right. Got a couple of guys just chilling. Can we rename them? Can we rename them? Because I would definitely do some. Nope. No renaming. At least not yet. So yeah, each person generated with their own equipment, their own health and happiness, and their own positive and/or negative traits. So you get yourself a mixed bag here. Okay, we got the scrapper, so we got to tell the scrapper where to pick from, and right there. Right, that this plank zone is not long for this world, but it'll let me know. All right, let's we could get the trapper, because that boar's kind of making me nervous. How big is this building? Alright, no, I think I'll keep it up here. Alright, plank depleted. Let's move the work area. I forgot to look, what does the trapper actually need? Yeah, we can make it happen. Especially now that we have people tapping into that. What I will do is, let's run the road up here to this concrete area, because eventually we're going to want to be tapping into that, and that's a significant one. And they'll be able to bring home all the planks that we're getting all the more faster. So it works out nicely both ways. Now, one of the other things that we're going to want to get into is building up the gate ruins. This is what allows us to work with the outside world. But first things first, we need an extra supply of food and/or need to get this boar out of here. Yeah, just build it on top of the boar and it's like, hey, we got our first customer. We are literally trapping the boar with the trapping building. I actually, in my test games before this, they gave me a key a couple of days ago, but it's been under embargo. They were, I have not actually tested out the trapper, so I don't actually know how efficiently it works or where the ideal placements are. Are you tossing some of the plastic into the barrel fire? Did you not learn anything from what happened? I guess there's some non-plastic junk buried in among the plastic that they're getting rid of. I actually do not know about the technical specifics to plastic recycling. All right, well, there's the trapper. Are you going to just run out and go get that boar? Mm-hmm. What are you doing anyway? Colonists want to try a new trap. The 3 colonists explain they've been working on a new kind of trap for hunting rabbits, and the group wants to set them outside the camp. The contraptions look functional, but letting the group venture far away from the colony is not without risk. Yeah, let's give them. Well, fun. Radiation sickness. Oh boy. Okay. Well, looks like our next building is the medical tent. Because, yeah, that needs to be done ahead of schedule. Thanks, guys. Well, so much for Wabbit season. And yes, yeah, there are random events. I'm sure there's a chance that works and we just get a buttload of free food, but... Alright, where do we want this medical tent? I don't want to build it on the fertile ground. So I think we'll build you up here. And hopefully we can get you guys treated before you die or get everyone else irradiated. Yeah, I forget what the medical tent all needs. I mean, it might just be we're lacking some of the basics. Because, I mean, we got the ability to get all of the basics. We can gather planks, we can gather concrete, and we can make plastic by converting it there. And same thing with metal, with the scrapper here. So it's just a matter of time before us to gather all the stuff for it. Yeah, I know. You're not feeling so hot. What does the tent require? Lots and lots of plastic. And, well, we've got the metal to cover it, but I think it's just the plastic that's really the shortfall here. I think I'm going to send a second person to work on the recycler for the moment, just so that we can double our efforts in converting and gathering plastics. Just so we can get this tent up. I mean, I don't think they're going to get it up by now. Let's speed things up. I just don't want them to sit with that radiation sickness for too long. Because I have a feeling bad things are going to happen to them if we leave that untreated for too long. But I do like the whole context-sensitive event where, obviously, I have never seen that rabbit trap event, but I've never built the trapper before, so it makes sense that event wouldn't show up unless you built a trapper. Yeah, please, somebody, do your thing. Because I think we've got enough planks. I think plastic is we can even see the consumption. 4, we need more, and that building is waiting for more plastic. Which is fair enough. I'll take the extra person off of plastic duty once we get that. Because you only really need the one, at least in the early game, from what I've played in my test games. Granted, I've only played a couple of test games, so yeah. But once we have enough stuff total, that icon should disappear, and then we should be able to get that up and running. And get our colonists healed. Oh, hey, we're making some meat. Did you kill the boar, or are you just sort of like farming the boar like Age of Empires style? Just hack a few shanks of meat off of it. Use it as a slowly depleting resource. Alright, we've got enough, and now I can hear the hammer swings. People are building the tent. And people will pick up radiation sickness just in general. I'm sure there's ways later down the tech tree to prevent it, but for now we're kind of at the mercy of the elements, and the elements being one of the elements being nuclear waste. Okay, we've got that up. We can free up one of these slots for now, and let's get our 2 irradiated. We do start the game with some medicine, thank goodness. So that should get them both in here. 2-person capacity. Actually, let's get 2 doctors in here for the moment. I mean, they're not actually doctors, but that's all right. Commotion in the camp. Oh boy, what do we do this time? Suddenly, muffled cries for help are coming from one of the shelters. You rush in to see what's going on there. Instead of a colonist, you find a large hole in the middle of the floor. The shelter was apparently built on top of a small sinkhole, which gave in and swallowed one of the inhabitants. A makeshift ladder would help getting the colonists out without injuries. Yeah, we don't need injuries. I will sacrifice 3 planks to make a ladder. All right, 4 happiness to the colony. Good. Yeah, no more injuries. Our medical tent's already full. Thank you very much. All right, I think our best bet right now is just to let these 2 heal up. I mean, they heal fairly quickly. It's just a matter of getting them back to working order without losing too much health. What should be my next build here? Yeah, hopefully not a burial pit. A small field might be a smart move, like a farmer's field, just to supplement things. I think I'm going to build it 1 over here, because then we can get a water tower and such next to the water thing. So that would be a sensible move here. And then I think the next sensible move would be to start building our gate. Because that allows us to open up to the outside world. Actually, we pretty much have what we need for it, so let's plan it out. I will want some roads going all the way out to here. Alright, well, we got 1 person healed from irradiation, so that should be nice. We'll take 1 of the people off from here, since we don't have 2 people in there anymore. Well, hey, at least we have reason to have the medical tent in place already. We've got our field going up and our gate going up. I think we're in good shape so far, despite that early and somewhat scary setback. So, if you guys like this episode and you want to see more, stay tuned. I will be posting this game is going to become a mini-series for the next week or so, as I play through the early access version of this. So keep your eyes on here for more information and more gameplay. Leave a comment below, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback is always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. See ya!